And if you like what you see, join the team. Good morning. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. The only other request that I have is that every time I change a photo, please like the live until you feel the heart's tail, and then take a break and listen. Okay, so someone said start with Big Homie, so I will follow that request. Some of you may not know Big Homie. I've been watching for a little while, and he has finally done enough to make it to my list. That is his name and his act, in case you're wondering. You might not have ever seen him before. But Mr. Big Homie has interspersed battling with begging. Now, for those of you who know, you know that I feel like battling is just dry begging. I also feel like he may have joined an agency, because 9 times out of 10, that's all he's doing is battling. Now, he just started a job a week ago. And he calls the woman in his life his wife, but I'm not sure she is or not. But she's been working. But he just got a job a week ago. And I think he thought that if he joined an agency or he just battled, he could battle his way out of having to actually get a job. Well, that didn't work. So he got a job a week ago. And there's some convoluted story about the fact that his electricity, his utilities were getting ready to get cut off. So according to him, they talked him into doing a payment plan of every 2 weeks. Good morning, good morning. And now he feels like he got suckered into that. You're a grown man. What do you mean? Now, don't get me wrong. Companies will give you every option, whether it's good for you or not. But it is your responsibility as the head of that household to determine if that was a good decision or not. And if you can't do that by yourself, you're supposed to bring your spouse in and say, these are the options. What should we go for? So they wake up. Let me see, what day was that? The 10th? They wake up on the 10th. Wait, nope. Let me not lie. Hold on. No, the 11th, sorry. Wednesday the 11th, they wake up to no electricity. And now he wants $850 from his chat. Sir, could the problem be that you got a job a week ago? A week ago? Jules, correct. And let me tell you why battling doesn't benefit some people. Someone paid it? Get the F out of here. Well, when did they pay it? Yesterday or the day before yesterday? Who was it? Robin, do you know? Because let me wait for the answer. Was it yesterday or the day before yesterday? Good morning, good morning. Anyway, the reason why I'm going to say yesterday or the day before yesterday is because he was right back to battling. And I was like, oh, You didn't battle when that electricity was off. Ah. So then he said, so let me just give you the background. Now that we know it's paid for, it's paid for. But let me tell you all what he did. He got off work that day. He's sitting on the floor. Now, why are you sitting on the ground, sir? But just understand that they do little things like that to make themselves seem a little bit more in need. I'm sitting on the ground because my life is so difficult. And he told everybody his utilities were off. And he said this check was supposed to go on the utilities and the next check on the rent. And he said it like it was a surprise. And I wrote down, sir, that's what we all do. What do you mean? We get paid and we pay our bills. Good morning, everybody. He said his life was a blurb. He said, I'm using this platform to get help on my bills and becoming someone on here. And that he was waiting for the bus to go home. And somebody was like, why don't you take an Uber home? And he's like, I'd rather save the money, but I've been waiting an hour for the bus. He wanted to see how much him and his wife could put together tonight so they could get the lights on. I'm sorry, guys. White Sox is in the way this morning. How do you mean how much y'all could put together? What are you going to do? You going to tear open a mattress and pull out some money you didn't know was there? What do you mean how much y'all could put together? You've already told everybody you need $850. You mean put together like come to TikTok and see how much you could get and then see how much you could put together. Oh, I got it. They say hi, White Sox. Sorry, he's not paying attention right now. You want to come to this platform to get help on your bills and become somebody on here? I'm not going to say you can't become somebody on here. So many people have changed their lives by coming to social media. But I doubt it's going to just be because you battle. Battling isn't going to be the only thing you can do to make it on here. Oh, yeah, I've been watching for a little while. And when he did what he did the other day about his utilities, he went from a bolo to I'm calling him out. Then he said, this is another classic. A red flag, if you will. He said 1,700 people have been in his live, and if everyone had sent $1, he would have had more than enough. He actually went, oh Lord, somebody, Lisa is live, somebody go check it out. It's not going to be any different. She must not have gotten any money last night, so she decided to get up early. Somebody go find out and get back to us. He actually went into his analytics to see how many people had strolled through his live. And then came back and said if everybody had sent $1, he would have the money. Excuse me? That's the 1,700 people who have came through your live's responsibility? Good morning, good morning. Then a truck driver who he obviously knows. Oh, Harley girl, Kizzy is up here today. He asked the truck driver on the live to send him some money. Excuse me? Like, the boldness. And I honestly think that for some of them, I'm not going to say for him, but for some of them, they wouldn't have the Maggie confidence to walk up to a stranger and say, "Can you give me money?" They wouldn't have what's the word I'm looking for? Because it's not balls. And it's not humbleness. They wouldn't have the cojones to take a what do you call it? A piece of paper or a cardboard and sit on the corner and say, "Can you help me?" Shout out to Mark. But because everybody in here is faceless, they have fly a sign. Thank you, Silver Bullet. Exactly right. Good morning. Good morning to anybody just coming in. I know 6:30 is early. I have a cup of coffee in my hands as we speak. Child, he need more than chapstick. He's only been working for 11 days. So y'all go check him out, because I'm sure this won't be the first, last, or the middle. And I understand if you don't want to watch him battle, because neither do I. I absolutely do not. I'm not watching a single battle. So that's man number one. Let's see. I told y'all the other day that whole NPC thing was a soft landing. And the other day I went in there and there was 5 people in there while they gamed. Nobody wants to watch you game, sir. Nobody wants to watch you game. Good morning. Hold on. So, at first, I thought this was going to be another NPC. But now he has gotten a bright idea, which technically he should have done when he had a following. No, they are no longer in the hotel. He should have battled in, but now, oh, they block quickly. They still block quickly. Now, he's battling. And I actually wrote down, at first I thought this was going to be an NPC live. Glad I stayed, because the next thing I know, he had 3 people in a row dropped him. As soon as they saw it, they were getting ready to battle. As soon as they saw it was him, they just dropped. Like, I'm not going to get no money off of you. They didn't want to battle him. They came in and dropped right back out. Then he did a 4 in the box. The other 3 were Africans. They don't know who he is. Good morning, good morning. They don't know who he is, right? They just battle in the battle. And then he demands people tap the screen. But that's the true Ty. Demanding, that's the true Ty. And then it was like immediately he realized, I can't do that. Certainly not for battling. Correct, New York detective professor. Check his page out. He's a good one. So then he started singing, like tap the screen, because he is trying to regenerate his personality. But boy, you let it show real quick there. Who you really are still came out. And this is why I am glad I take notes. Because who would have remembered all of them details? I wouldn't have. But I'm glad I wrote them down. Although I probably would have, but I'm just saying it to say. And I said he realized being mean wouldn't end well. And then I don't know what this new phrase is. If you're not tapping, you're napping. I'm seeing it all over TikTok now. It's ridiculous. Thank you, Erica. Oh, Beth started that? It's all over TikTok now. Uh-oh. Screen, stop staring at me. I almost rolled out the door and down the stairs and down the street. What? You are not built for battling, sir. You are not built for battling. Because that's not how you act when you battle. You haven't developed the relationships enough to say stuff like that. And it's probably because it's us in there watching him. He don't have nobody else. He don't have nobody else. Yes, Erica. Exactly. We'll be watching, Ty, because I know you're going to go back to who you have always been. You're going to go back to who you've always been. We'll be watching. Let's do her. This particular photo, in my opinion, represents where we are with her at this point. I am not going to say that as American citizens, we are not being... Oh, thank you, Mama Bear. I'm not going to say that we aren't surveilled, right? We found that out years ago. And just FYI, if you guys have gotten like pre-check to go through the airport quickly, go back and read what you signed. Because it gives the FBI to look into you forever. Forever. If you have pre-check, go check it out. Most people signed it thinking, boom, I'll get through the airport quickly. Just sign, right? I know that I do that, especially if I download an app. I am quick, fast, and in a hurry. Just say accept and move on. Well, somebody read the fine print. and said that you are giving the FBI permission to look into you even after you no longer have pre-check, even after you've never used it for 10 years. It still gives them permission to look into you. So I am not going to sit here and say we are not surveilled. However, Miss Erica is on another level as far as I am concerned. And the reason why I say that is because she makes consistent bad decisions. I'm of the opinion that she doesn't take care of her daughter adequately. But she's paranoid about why they want to take her daughter. I'm not paranoid about why they want to take her daughter. The only thing you do is have her sit in the back seat, and when you can't get a hotel room, she's sleeping, eating, and playing, and supposedly being educated in that back seat. You barely let her go outside now to play because you're so afraid that one of the cars in the parking lot is there to take her. Correct. She needs to go to school. She needs stable housing. She needs to, like, literally, her life is that tablet and her mother's phone. She has no one to interact with other than her mother. And this guise that she's homeschooling her is BS. Just like, remember when little Kitty would be like, I don't work, I'm trying to make social media happen so I could stay home with my child. Look at her now. Look at her now. She doesn't even mention her child. When she goes to the store, it's only about her. And now, instead of having a picture of her and her child in her chat, oh, thank you, Granny Annie. Instead of having that, she's gallivanting the country with some dude, and now she has a picture of some, well, I should say with a group. I'm not going to say with a guy. With a group that I still don't understand what they do. And she's on live making bracelets so that she could meet people across the country. Where your baby at? According to her, no, she didn't get her EBT back. And she swears that that was like one of the steps that they used to like limit her life so much that they would have excuses to take her baby because she wouldn't be able to feed her. Now, my thing is this. Get a job, put her in daycare, and then EBT wouldn't be a problem. She's paranoid about the wrong things. Be paranoid about being able to take care of her without having to beg anybody, and then you wouldn't be in a position where you couldn't do it because you couldn't beg. She acts like people not sending her money is her problem. That's not her problem. Your problem is that you expect everybody else to take care of you and your daughter. And this has been going on a long time. I tell y'all all the time, especially if it's a mother with children. I have, like, I don't attack right away. I may take notes, but I don't attack right away. Because everybody has, I mean, for anybody, everybody has a setback. If you're not prepared and your car breaks down and you need that car for work, it can be devastating. Without it, you can't work, and if you can't work, you can't take care of your kids, you can't pay your rent, you can't bring in food. I can understand how devastating that could be to your entire life. You go to the hospital and your insurance only pays 20% of the bill, and you're struggling to pay it, and then they're trying to take you to collections, and now you're going to lose your, like, I understand that those things happen. But when you've been living in your car as long as she's been living in her car, as long as she's been asking, and to me, her only goal is to prevent her ex from getting her daughter. It's not about the state. And she uses having her daughter as for this self-righteous passion that I'm going to keep her. The only thing you're doing is stunting her growth. And let me just tell you something. For all that that little girl has gone through, she is cute. And I don't mean that like, she is beautiful. She is smart. She is quick as a whip. She will give it to her mother faster than anybody else can. She is well equipped on her own to figure stuff out. But her mother isn't bright enough. And I'm going to tell you why. Months ago, they were, of course, in the car, and the little girl on her tablet found an app that will teach her another language. Yes, all is well. Thank you. It will teach her another language. And her mother is too dense to realize that at this age, she could pick up another language easy. And therefore, she will be more marketable in life. She takes it and she's like, what is this app? I didn't tell you you could, this isn't the app you're supposed to be on. And I'm like, what? You have a little girl who's interested in learning any part of another language, and you're mad about that because her daughter asked her, like she was live, and of course she was asking. She was like, Mom, what does this say? What does this say? And instead of taking the 2 seconds to figure it out, she went off on her little girl. Why? Because she was being interrupted in the middle of her beg. So I'm sorry, Erica. You're doing your daughter a disservice. You're doing your daughter a disservice. So, she's angry that people get in her live or record her live. Lisa got discontinued. Perfect. Thank you. I saw one of her accounts got banned. And I saw one of Detroit Nike's accounts got banned too. Kizzy is back to begging. So, then she starts going off about being tracked and how they've linked devices with her through apps. That by her downloading an app, she's downloaded their tracker. And it don't matter where. She could be in a grocery store parking lot. She could be in a parking lot. She could be driving down the street. And she'll be like, there they go. There's another van. And somebody was like, people drive by all the time. And she's like, no, it's an IT van. Look. And it was like healthcare IT or something like that. Like, right. She thinks she's that important. Girl, let me tell you something. If the goal was to take your daughter, They could easily track you by your cell phone, which you keep on constantly because you have to beg, and just come and take her. If that was the ultimate goal. And they could use recording your lies as justification. Correct. But I have a feeling that we may have crossed the Rubicon where she needs help. And she's like, don't tell me it's not happening. I have proof. You have proof of taking pictures of cars and vans in the parking lot? Then she's like, don't let them tell you I have a mental health issue. There's nothing mental wrong with me. There's no record of me being ill. Girl, do you not understand that mental illness could strike you at any point? It could strike you at any point. People go from seemingly normal to having a psychotic break. At any point, this could be who you are. And then she said, their goal is to back me into a corner so they can take her child since February. First they took the food stamps, now, then the phone. Now, I guess her car was messed up, so they've messed up her car. Ask the people in Los Angeles if they need to do that much. And I'm not making a political statement. I'm just saying, when the FBI, DHS, they want to, local police, when they want to come get you, they'll just come get you. Lippy, I agree, but she stays in the car on the road, making it difficult. But I believe that she uses that to try to get sympathy, to get money. But if they are recording her, there are enough recordings of her doing things that don't make sense for her child, that if that was their goal, they would already have enough. The daddy has the son. His daddy has him. But sometimes when she's asking, she'll be like, I need to feed my children. You don't ever see that little boy. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? And then she's like, you might be next. Okay. I too feel bad for that baby. I do. I feel bad for that baby. Okay, let me introduce you to somebody else. Some of y'all may know her. Again, she's not a bolo. I had a bolo from the UK, but you know, it gets past you, doesn't it? Where is she? Okay. Queen Pooh has been begging for a long time. What bothers me about Queen Pooh is that Queen Pooh, first of all, in her little caption, she's like, I only like girls. I will not reply to men. Like, oh, what? I don't understand people's blurbs sometimes, but it's whatever. But she has a girlfriend now, and they stay together. Now, when she was first begging, I think she was alone, and she had family. She would go live with her kids. Right, Jules. She would go live with her kids, but her kids weren't living with her. Don't misunderstand. They were already staying with somebody else, and she was in a hotel. Then, at some point, the girlfriend moves in to the hotel, and Queen Pooh is begging for money for them to stay in a hotel. Now, I walked away for a little while. Like, okay, maybe they'll pull it together, and they are still begging. Now that you know. So, of course, she was playing church music. Y'all know how I feel about that. They love to cover themselves in God, but do everything opposite of what God would have them do. Like, they pick the scriptures that work for the story they want to tell. So and as soon as I got in and saw her playing church music, I was like, really, Queen? All right. And then she goes off on someone. Like, if you aren't here to help, then get out. Okay. Then somebody said, sweetie, I'm sending you $50 in farts. Yes, I did see that, Granny Annie. I did see that, and I did take notes about it. She just didn't make the cut today. And I wrote, what even is that? You sending $50 in farts? So then, of course, now I came in on the tail end. She was like, she had one shirt in her hand. One shirt. She been in this room for weeks. She had one shirt in her hand, and she was like, well, guys, I'm about to get off of here because I have to get out by 1:30. Mind you, she hadn't packed a thing, and her girlfriend was on the phone outside the door. They hadn't packed a single thing, and we were at like 1:15, and they had to be out by 1:30. She was like, these people ain't gonna call the police on me. You don't look moved whatsoever. She folded that one shirt 30, 50 times. 30, 50 times she folded that one shirt. And when you could see the background, it was stuff everywhere. Okay. She didn't get off, of course. They love to do that to make it seem like we're at the end. Okay. And I wrote down, why don't they have jobs? So then she said, well, I guess we're going to have to find somewhere dry to go because it's been raining and it's about to rain. Cry me a river. Because this was the next thing she said. That she's moving into her apartment tomorrow. So that would be today. You're moving into your apartment tomorrow. People have been... She's still talking about it this morning. Who, Miss Muffy? Oh, who, Faye? I'm going to leave Faye for another day. Because she filtered beautiful. And mind you, someone just came in and said, hi, beautiful. And someone else was like, oh, you're so beautiful. And she was like, I'm going to filter those words because I don't want there to be any comments about the way I look. Girl, you use the way you look to take advantage of people every day. What do you... Oh, God, these people kill me. So she just needed until the next morning before she got her apartment. Now, my question is this: if you're moving out tomorrow into an apartment, why isn't any of this crap cleaned up? You haven't packed a single thing, but you're moving into your apartment tomorrow? Or are you going to be like everybody else and be like, I threw out everything from the hotel, so I need to replace it all. Thank you. And then I wrote down, here we go. Because if she absolutely is moving into her apartment today, here we go with begging for forever. Then it's going to be, well, we're in the apartment, but we need a bed. We're in the apartment, but we need dishes. We're in the apartment, but we need electricity. We're in the apartment, but we got to turn on water. We're in the apartment, but we need a dining room table. Like, it's going to be a never-ending beg. I almost hate when they get an apartment. Because it's not like they've done anything to be ready for the apartment. It's just another begging session. Hold on. Let me charge my phone before I'm in the middle of talking and it just goes out. Correct. Oh, Jordan is... Oh, she's on here.
The phone is connected and charging.
Okay, thank you for letting me know you're charging. Then, what I love is happening. I love it. She's like, I can't get help on here to stay out of the rain and stay safe, but y'all can send Maggie all over the country. Why are you worried about what Maggie gets? Maggie gets what Maggie gets. But people have been paying for your hotel room for months. I was telling somebody this the other day. There is a metaphor in the Bible, and it talks about somebody being able to find like a needle in the haystack, which is your wrong, but they can't see the huge crater, the huge tree in their eye. So here you are worrying about what Maggie gets. Now we worry about it because we think it's ridiculous. Good morning, Disturbed One. But you can't see the problem of your own. You gotta love it how it works. Good morning. They love to call out Maggie. Why? Because you feel like your situation is more justified? You had all them babies, though. Take care of them. I get my apartment tomorrow. And they say, or they'll be like, I got a job. As if you're not going to beg for the next week or two, because without the paycheck, what does that mean? Now, when they get a job, but stop acting like in 3 weeks when I get my job, everything is going to be okay. You guys remember I used to talk about Chaos the Savage all the time? She kept telling people, I just have to get to my job. I just have to get to my summer job, right? She finally gets to the summer job, and now she needs money for toiletries and food that they don't start feeding them until they get on the road. Then they finally get on the road, and guess what she came back with? I get my apartment, but I need $500. Yeah, Daisy is back and pregnant. She sure is. How dare you come back pregnant? And you couldn't take care of the first ones. But yeah, now she's getting an apartment. I thought you were traveling with the circus or whatever, the fair. You haven't gotten any money, Chaos? You haven't been paid yet? They give you housing and food. You got to pay for a cell phone, toiletries, maybe insurance on your car. You can come up with your own $500? Nope, she came right back to TikTok. Why? Because she was getting the money easy. I'm sorry, sitting on here for a couple of hours and getting your hotel room paid for, whatever you need for your lifestyle paid for a few hours a day, versus working at a fair for 8-10 hours. Yeah, I would say coming on here and begging is easier. Correct. Now, don't get me wrong. She could have applied for housing and housing came through faster than she thought. I'm not going to say that that's not how it could have happened. But now what are you going to do? Are you going to stay with the carnival, or are you going to move into the house? And then you won't have a job, so how are you going to maintain the house? Correct. That's just like Becky and her son talking about there aren't no jobs, and All for One just looked up the area they were in and there was jobs galore. Probably jobs he don't qualify for, but there's jobs. So there y'all go. Hey, Truth. You got the name in the app. Check it out. Sorry, I'm crossing them off the list. Yeah, Crown Royalty pissed me off the other day. Talking about she's going to try to make a living battling on TikTok and becoming a gamer. I almost cursed. I'm trying to get better at that. How is you sitting there with a PlayStation or an Xbox, a gaming chair, headphones, but you still need money from people? Go sit down somewhere. You can be a gamer until you're making money. It's a hobby. Don't call yourself a gamer until you're... Now, don't get me wrong. I don't mean that people can't game. But stop trying to act like you can go from zero to gaming and then all of a sudden you're going to be wealthy. Not how it works. I bet she was, Karina. I stopped giving her my attention. Because I can't deal with people who can't be intellectually honest. I've moved on from her. Let's talk about Kizzy. I have watched Kizzy for months. And I know other people were bringing attention to her. It wasn't enough for me. So, I have plenty of other people to talk about. Thank you, Sherry. Yes, please, everybody like the live until you feel the heart's tell. But the game she pulled the other day upset me. Because there are people, I mean, just like all of them, that have people that care about them, and they sell them a story that people believe. So when I saw her, this was her second day at getting the money. And at this point, she needed $300 to go to the doctor today. So that's probably why she's up early, because she probably hasn't gotten it all. So she's on Medicaid, but the doctor she wants to see is out of network. And I wrote down, people think she's on drugs because of how she looks. I don't know. I've seen some sketchy things in the past, but not this particular day. And then I wrote down, why would she see a doctor out of network when you have no money? So this is the thing. She has Medicaid, I believe. And so there was a moment in time where I was on Medicaid. I had a baby. I couldn't work. Well, I couldn't work where I was working because I had a manager that wouldn't stop smoking inside, even though it was already against the law. And at that time, I was so sensitive to smoke, I would walk in and be sick. So I had to stop working. I wasn't married yet. So I got my mom. My mom was like, I've been paying all these taxes. You go get it back. What? I'm thinking she's asking for the money to see the doctor today, and now it's another $150 to go see her daughter? Be effing for real. So anyway, when I tell, and this is what I mean, her people in there riding hard for her to get this $300. And before she can even finish and do that appointment, because there ain't no appointment at 7:30, boo-boo. It's been a crazy week. Oh, really? Okay. I mean, that makes sense if she's already asking for $150 today. Well, anyway, when I had Medicaid, if I had to see a specialist of any kind, why am I stuttering? If I had to see a specialist of any kind, Medicaid told me who I could go see, and that's who I went and saw. I didn't have the money. Well, I personally didn't have the money to go out of network. And I didn't feel like I needed to. Now, let's understand. I lived in Connecticut. So there were hospitals and hospital systems that all took Medicaid. But I couldn't just get up and be like, you know what, the doctor that I saw for X, Y, and Z, I want to keep seeing them. Because this is the thing. There was no TikTok for me to come to and say, I want to see such and such doctor. They are out of network. And so I still want to see them. I didn't have a choice. Now, I could understand in certain circumstances, it may be necessary, right? Especially if you live in like a Hickville area where there, or what they call it a medical desert. And the doctor that Medicaid covers is, because even people on Medicare suffer that. It'll be five dentists in the area and none of them are covered. You got to go to 3 towns over. So I'm not saying that it doesn't happen. But this is someone who has been begging for forever on this app. For everything. And what the comments just showed bear out what I'm saying. You begged for $300 so you could see a doctor out of network, and now, and somebody sent her 100 of it. $100 in the short time that I watched. And now she was down to 200 if anyone can help. Oh, I know she uses the old lady all the time. And the old lady's family is unhappy about it. But you can't even get to the appointment before you're asking for more money? I'm done. I've never brought attention to her before, but I was pissed off. The old lady, if my understanding is correct, is her spouse's mother. Of course, there's no appointment. I don't think they can. Her ex's mama. Okay, I understood that. I knew it was somebody's mother, but she seems to be of sound mind. In my opinion, she's not. And she says that's where she wants to be. I think Kizzy lives in her house, doesn't she? I don't know if she's still alive. I haven't seen her. But I know she was living in her house. No, I know that's not her mom. I know it's not her mom. I just couldn't remember if it was the current person she's with or if it was an ex. But I knew it wasn't her mom. It was somebody she was with or somebody she had been with. Of course she's saying her appointment is 9 a.m. But you mean to tell me that getting 300 people from $300 to go to the doctor wasn't enough? Like, baby, listen, I just begged for $300. I want to see you, but mommy can't do it right now. No, she comes right back to TikTok and says, oh, she said it was two. They can't remember the lies they tell. They just say anything. And I don't understand how people who sit there day after day don't get it. I don't, like, y'all don't see this? This doesn't seem off to you? Okay, so I initially told you guys that on Wednesday I was waiting for some news, and if it was bad, I wouldn't be here. Well, the news was fine. The news was great, actually. Okay, news was great. That's not why I didn't come on. I didn't come on, and I'm gonna say this is a trigger warning, but I'm gonna tell a little story first. Because I have watched awareness go after awareness for a very long time. And so that's where this ties in, I guess I should say. So, and some of you may have heard this story because it's gone all over the place. But there was two YouTubers who had a beef. Now, if you're not familiar with YouTube, if you get 3 strikes in 90 days, they take your account. And this gentleman who I've watched, I especially loved his wife. I didn't watch him all the time, but I watched him some of the time, and he was kind of funny, you know. Well, he was just starting out, right? And another YouTuber saw some of the stuff he did, didn't give him a heads up like, hey, I know you're new. This is copyright infringement. No, he just reported him to YouTube. And the newer person ended up with 2 strikes back to back. So now he's panicked because one more in 90 days and his account is gone. So he feels like this other YouTuber is trying to stop his shine, trying to stop his growth. So he, the new one, decides to create an account using the first one's name. So I can't keep saying he, so I'm going to give you the names. The newer one was named Finney the Legend, and the other one was named Sin City Manny. And there was Sin City Family. You know how that goes. So when Finney got frustrated about what was happening to his account, he created a backup account called Sin City Finney. He was not a part of Sin City. Now, as you can tell, Sin City, Manny was from Vegas. Finney was from Arizona, I think. I can't even remember now. So, in Finney's backup account, he made video after video about Sin City. And in fact said that he had proof that Manny was cheating on, or had cheated on his wife. And he even said, I know that's going too far, but he started it. Why continue to elevate it? Like, okay, you go too far, now I'm going to go further. And I'm going to go further, and I'm going to go further. But you know, it's social media, right? We just talking. So then Finney and his wife decide to go to Sin City after Manny told them to pull up over it, over again. Now, I don't think Finney was pulling up, because I think if he was pulling up, he wouldn't have bought his wife. But I think he was trying to show, like, I'm not afraid to go anywhere. I'll go anywhere. Nobody can stop me. So they land in Vegas, and right before this, Finney gets his original account back without strikes. Some people on YouTube who have relationships talk to the people at YouTube, and they removed the strikes. So Finney is like, I got the account back. We going back to regular scheduled programming. Like, he thanked the people. Cool. So he goes live, of course, in Vegas and tells everybody, we touched down in Vegas. This is my pre-birthday party, a weekend, blah, blah, blah. Tell us where to go. Now, if you've never been to Vegas, the Vegas Strip looks like a huge place on television. It is not. It is not. Now, this Vegas Strip street is a long one. But what they show you on television is several blocks. It's like going to where they shop in Beverly Hills. That's a half of a street. The casinos that they make look humongous on television are tiny as hell. Hold on. They are tiny as hell. So when you go somewhere in Vegas and you're live streaming, people know where you are. Now, the night they got there, Sin City Manny went live driving around Vegas looking for them. And then he told the Sin City family that there was a green light. Now, for those of who don't know, a green light is permission to do whatever, to take them out. He gave his entire family the green light. No, this wasn't in the terminal. Now, what I'm about to show you is trigger warning. If you are sensitive, please turn away for a moment. Okay, hold on. Pause for a minute. Now, pause for a minute. Thank you very much. Wait, hold on. Pause. Now I gotta figure out how to do this. Oh, why did I do that? Hold on. Oh, pause! I'm trying to do it so that you guys can see them both. I can't get it together, guys. Hold on. There we go. Okay. So the top video, let me pull it back just a little bit more. The top video is Finney and his wife's position in Vegas. The bottom video is Manny's camera, because they were both streaming, I believe, okay? I'm about to hit the screen. Okay. Come on. So you see Finney there in the camera. You can see exactly what he's in front of. Oop, hold on. So you see Finney's wife stand in front of him. I'm going to let it play one more time. Finney is there laughing at like some of the comments. And then that's Manny. You're going to see Finney's wife confront Manny. You're going to be chest to chest. You see? His wife is chest to chest with Manny saying, don't start this. And he literally pews him to his unaliving. His wife grabs the phone because she realizes this can't be in their stream. And she runs over to her husband screaming. And then Manny unalived her too. Then he casually turned himself into police. And now 2 lives are completely lost. Well, 3. But what I really mean is two families are completely lost over nonsense, over words. This happened Saturday, last Saturday. Right, over some internet BS. Exactly right. Hold on, y'all. I'm coming. Let me say this. There's a lot of nonsense going on TikTok. And people are being butthurt over words. Over somebody liking them or not liking them. Somebody being blocked, somebody not being blocked. Somebody not liking the way somebody does it or whatever. You never know how far somebody will go to protect their honor or whatever. So Manny is what? Praised by the people in Sid City family for premeditated unaliving of two people? What's his wife and family supposed to do now? Correct, Stephanie. He has an entire family that is going to have to watch him sit behind bars for years, if not life. Because the beef wasn't even with the wife. Lisa, I can't say for sure or not, but what I can say is that the way she's asking for money it speaks to something else inside of me. I just did Kizzy. I'm sorry you missed it. I don't know about anybody else because she's been doing this for a long time. So, God, why did I look at the comments? So this hurt my heart, especially for his wife, because while the wives knew that there was beef, they didn't ask for this. They didn't ask for this. I don't give two kitties. Come. Why do I care? Welcome in. Thank you for the viewership. Stick around. You might see something similar in my life that you see in other people's lives and you can understand. Don't even point them out. No, don't point them out. Don't point them out. Let them just be here. And perhaps they will see something in the others that they see in her. And maybe they'll wake up. I know. That's why they derailed the entire real conversation I was having with questions about her. Because they weren't here for what I showed. They come in here after I talked about Kizzy. And anybody in here passing water, which I mean by that, I talked about her, so you ran over to Kizzy's live to tell her I was talking about her? Let me find out who you are. Let me find out who you are. Yeah, CJ ain't in a good mood, y'all. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I'm in here doing me. They can either sit here respectfully, they could go back to her. I don't give it two kitties. And if they're not sure of what I said, I will post it on YouTube. Y'all could go watch it there. People do it all the time. They want to be seen. They want to be relevant. They want people to know their name. So they will carry. And that's the problem. People will carry water back and forth between quote unquote crews just to keep it going. I want to say one other thing. I've been trying to wait to see if he would come in here, but he hasn't. I want to apologize to the Guardians of Valor. He graciously came in here, gave us information. It was the first time that he had ever come in my box. I didn't go seeking him, but he felt like he could take care of some information that we were covering. He did so, and he sent off the information. Somebody else got a hold of the information and decided it would be a good idea to not only release the information that was never meant for them, but then post it in a live without redactions. So not only did they violate the confidentiality of it all, but they did their friend in by doing that. And after they were told that they have now made my platform look compromised, as if I was untrustworthy, they doubled down and posted it on their burner, again without the proper redactions. And of course, I was furious because you're making my platform look untrustworthy. Take it down. And you don't even know how to read it properly, to redact it properly. You don't know what you're doing. They took it down for a second. And in such a desire to get clout for it, they redacted the parts that were clearly inappropriate and reposted it. They didn't just repost it on their page, they reposted it on their backup. Because their main page is private, but their backup is public. If you had any respect for me and the platform, you would have just took it down. You would have recognized that it wasn't meant for you. You would have recognized that doing that would compromise people's ability to trust my platform. But no, you went to Guardians of Valor and quote unquote got permission for something that was never meant for you. And then you doubled down again. I guess that's triple down. And got in a live and was directing people to your backup page to see the proof. Now, I purposely didn't say anything when all of this went down because I was hoping it would die down. I would bring it to you guys and we could reset. But you doubled, tripled down because you wanted to be the first person to release information you had no business getting. You violated friendships. You violated my platform. I don't give a kitty who you sit with, who you vibe with, who you are friends with. But when you disrespect my platform and you're told about it multiple times, take it down. It wasn't meant for you. And because you want the clout so badly, you just kept making edits so that it quote unquote didn't reveal information. Hi, baby. I'll tell you about it. Don't worry. Don't worry, love. I'm sorry I've lost respect. I'm not going to get into names because that's unnecessary. It will only bring more attention that I don't want you to have. But just know, there is no sneakiness done on this app. Somebody knows somebody who knows somebody. I watch a lot more than what y'all think I watch. I know things you don't know that I know. Correct. There's nothing hidden. My mom used to tell me when I was young, your best friend has a best friend and they have a best friend. So watch what you say. The people you think are in your corner may not be. They may just be there to get the information so they can give it to their best friend. No, Becky hasn't changed her way. So you'll be gone. You'll be gone. And I don't care if you're mad about it. I don't care if you plead about it. You got 3 opportunities and you decided to take none. That means you have 0 respect for me. What do? Guardians of Valor, I am so sorry. I don't know how long you've been here. I've just seen you, but I want to publicly apologize to you. That people thought it was their right to take information that wasn't meant for them and post it and then come to you about it as if you owed them anything. I apologize. That's not how my platform is usually run. And usually if I say something to somebody like, hey, can you do X, Y, and Z? They just do it just strictly out of respect. So I'm sorry. Please understand that your trust will never be violated again. I will no longer allow that person to associate with my platform. It is messy. It absolutely is messy. And when you were given several opportunities to fix it, you didn't. So you're out. Now you can go cry to anybody you want about me. I don't give 2 kitties. Back to regular scheduled programming. Oh, I know. I've been watching her too. She blocks me every time I go in. As if people aren't going to be able to figure it out. What I don't understand is what's taking TikTok so long. But we have a little plan for that too. Don't worry. We have a little plan for that. Okay. Let's see. Hold on. Let me get my notes. because I had to put my notes to the side because I was speaking from the heart there. I just closed the notebook. Let's go back. Now, Mr. Tim is getting a little bold. Because now he's feeling like he could say whatever about whoever. He could complain about whatever. He could tell people to pull up. But he has requirements. And when, you tell somebody to pull up, but you add requirements, you don't really want them to pull up. What you want is to get enough information about them that you can dox them somehow. That's really what you want. Oh, you got to come in with your real name and your real face. We're not begging. You are. But you do that because you know that we're trying to protect our privacy because of people like you and your friends and our enemies. Because and that way you don't have to unblock anybody. Because that's the other thing. In order for someone to come in and tell you, I will meet your requirements, they have to be unblocked, right? How would he know? And guess what? I gave him multiple opportunities. I said, pick anybody you would like. You know who's talking about you. Pick anybody you would like. And they'll come in here and mod up, and join and show their face and everything. Well, I don't know. They got to show their name and blah, blah, blah. And this, that. Exactly, just stop. And pick anybody. You already had Matilda in the box say, unmod my main. And it was like, well, why can't you come on this one? Because he knew that was a burner, and that burner probably had 0 followers. Or 100 followers. He didn't want anybody that could come with an army. Stop telling people they could pull up to you, but they're all blocked. Because the only person you're looking big in front of is your wife. And I don't know why you look big in front of her. Because she's out there busting her ass so that you could sit online at night and talk about all the lovely things you've done for her. But I thought she was the sick one. And you want to get up here and cry about your diabetes. My mama had diabetes. You think she didn't go to work? Exactly right. And when I initially went live, it was obviously to protect my identity because I saw what was going on. But the true reason is because, guess what? It becomes about who I am, what I do, where I work, all of that. And my message is lost. I ran my platform the same way. I stay focused on the people I'm going to talk about. I try my best to stay out of drama. I try my best to stay out of feuds between this group and the other, because here it's supposed to strictly be about scammers. That's it. Y'all see I'm not hopping in every box because I'm trying to stay out of it. I hop in if it has something to do with my platform, but I'm trying to stay out of it. If we're not talking scammers, I don't want to talk. I don't want to talk. And if a scammer lets me stay in as digital, I stay in as digital. Because y'all can see I'm in the same place you are. But you can also see that when I talk about the person and I talk about my notes, some of y'all are in there too. Y'all can say, hey, good morning, Scam Opera. Y'all can say, yep, I was there too. I heard that. and I give my commentary. So, first of all, stop telling people to pull up when you want to make it so that the people expose themselves. Now, some people have already been exposed and doxxed, and they don't give a damn. Pick one. Pick one, Tim. Pick one. But instead of saying you lied, you said, well, I messed up there. Just tell people you lied. But you can't fix your mouth to say that word, because if you admit that you lied to her, even though there are receipts out there that show that you said you did, even though you know you did, instead of telling people you lied, you say I messed up there. And when I said, have you told the people in your chat that you lied to her, I got blocked on a burner. Oh, Diana, baby. Just the other day, she was in the background bawling because they needed money for an apartment. Correct, Sherry. Dangerous. You will say it to the wrong one on this app who feels like their honor is more important than their life. Correct, just stop already. And I have a digital after dark coming on June the 21st, 8 p.m. And hopefully the young lady that was in here who said she couldn't join during the day can come in and tell her story as well. He does this repeatedly. And because they are in their grief, they feel alone, they feel isolated, they don't know what's happened to anybody else, and they actually like them, they keep it quiet. They also keep it quiet because they think if I say anything, I won't get my money back. But the only reason why Mr. Tim decided to give her a couple of pennies was because it came out and there was proof. And now he wants to give her her money back. You beg for everything else. Why don't you beg for paying that money, all of her money back? Huh? Y'all so cute to get your wife coffee. How about instead of giving her $10 coffee a day, you for the next 7 days don't get coffee and pay this lady back? And I say with interest because that lady couldn't eat because of you. While you get to lay in the bed with your wife and enjoy yourself because your room got taken care of. Tim and Angela haven't just been doing this for a couple of weeks, a couple of months, a year on TikTok. Girl, you had your shot. You're not coming up here. I said what I said. But what they hope is that they come across new people and they use their southern accent. You know what? You know what? Stick around. I'll let you come up at the end. Stick around. I'll let you come up at the end because I'm not a chicken shit. So stick around. Not during my commentary. I said what I said. Anyway, you want to expose yourself? Be my effing guest. Anyway, these two. She's in the background bawling. You know, my wife is sick and it's raining outside and it's hot and we won't be able to roll down the windows and we won't get any fresh air and we're going to have the dog in there and blah, blah, blah. That's not manipulating people's emotions. And he wants to constantly talking about how they have to work. Oh, well, I gotta work such and such and such and such. What I find interesting is while he's at work and Angela is at home, how come she isn't online begging for their hotel room? Only him. And of course he's gonna be like, well, she can't handle it. If staying in that hotel room is important, why can't she handle it? Why can't she handle it? If that's the case, put your big girl panties on and make it happen. Of course she has to cry in the background because she's used for sympathy. She's used for sympathy, and he uses himself as the big man that's protecting her. If you were protecting her, you would have been working all this time, sir. I don't care if you had to do gig work, if you had to move towns. I don't give a kitty what you would have had to do. But I'm going to tell you something. It is interesting when someone has family and they don't want nothing to do with them. If their own family wants nothing to do with them, I say pause. Pause. She's shady too. Of course she is. But remember when he had to be the one to go to work because she was too ill to do so? Remember? I remember. Why is she working now? Did her illnesses suddenly get better? Right, Mama G. Now, in some cases, there are times when someone is just the black sheep. It happens. But that's not the case here. That's not the case here. Not at all. Not at all. And I'm sick of them pulling at people's heartstrings for their inability to get their lives together. So if they have jobs now, I applaud you. You claim you paid for a week. I want y'all to remember that. You claimed you paid for a week. I'm going to count the days and see how long before you're begging again. Exactly, Sherry. No friends, no friends, no family at your age? Wow, Nikki. Because somebody pulled your file this morning. Now you want someone else to go live and ask for the money for you? Wow. Correct, just stop. Correct. He even was like, the day of the pay, he was like, it's processing. So I'm going to go to the front desk and give them the money we have and show them that it's processing. You'll say anything and do anything. Of course he's setting it up. How about, Kizzy, go to your appointment before you're already asking for another $150 to go see your daughter? Again, why is that anybody else's responsibility? I was just thinking of this last night. With our awareness, we will see more of this. I don't understand what you mean. Whether we say anything or not, there's going to be more of it because people have watched people like Maggie, like Kiki, like Lisa, like Tim and Angela, like Ty and Bree. Listen, Ty and Bree came from modding for what's her name? Josh and Ida. Whether I say a name or not, people they've watched other, look, I talked to y'all about Skylar. Skylar popped up. Say she said she had a small business, she was taking care of herself, she was living in housing, etc., etc., etc. She came to light to prove that Kim was lying. Who is begging now? You know how many people started over here and ended up on the beg side of things because they saw the money that was coming in? Multiple times. Diana, welcome, honey. Stick around. Stick around. Yep, good old Skylar. So, of course. Of course. Because who Ty is who Ty is. Ooh! I bet you do just stop already. I told you, you could stick around until the end. You want to come up here? Stick around. And I'll let you air out your grievance. But not until I'm finished. Because I'm not derailing this for some drama. Yeah, I did the specials. Boop, 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 boop. Oh, 2 more. Just 2 more. Or maybe it's 3 more. Sorry. Miss Paul, I am sick of you and your lies and your need. Wait, where is it? And your need to tell these stories over and over again for money. Now, if you follow anybody regularly enough, you're able to catch the lie. So, if y'all recall that when she moved from her apartment into this house, she did it all using her car. And suddenly she needed a U-Haul to move out. She knew that wouldn't make sense. She knew that wouldn't make sense. So then she had to say that she had to move out the mother of the home and her stuff. And that's why she needed a U-Haul. The mother of the stuff didn't have the other $53 to get you a U-Haul, J. Paul? You mean to tell me you're going to move all of her stuff with yours in the U-Haul and she couldn't come off $53 so that you could get the U-Haul? What is it? Shasky, I agree. She literally sits there and make lies on purpose. And then this was the other kicker in this particular live. I mean, I could go on and on, but this was the other kicker about this particular live. So, while she was out, the quote-unquote sister she was living with, who wasn't her sister, came back and got her pets. So now Jordan, when she gets the money for the U-Haul and the U-Haul, is going to go buy the house the girl is staying in, get the number. She's going to call the police and animal control because she wants the animals back because she took care of them for 30 days. Jordan, you don't have $53 to get a U-Haul. What do you want the pets for? You cannot afford to take care of them. Do you see how it doesn't even make sense? You literally have to beg for the dog food that you feed your two dogs, which after I saw the gravy chain, I don't ever want to hear her talk about that dog food again. After she refused to show the empty bag of dog food, I don't want to hear about the dog food again. But now you want two more pets? Or are you just saying that because you want to look like a badass? Mind you, when animal control got called on you, you had a heart attack. And I don't mean that facetiously. I'm using it as a word of expression because I know she says she has heart problems. But you had a fit. You had a fit. And now you're going to do it to your quote-unquote sister because you're mad at her? Such loyalty flows through these people. How come they always have a problem? Every single place they go, it's always some shady shit going on. Because they run in packs. That's why. And what cracks me up is they could scam people forever. And the moment they get scammed, there's an injustice. How about that's just life keeping receipts? Other people say karma. I say life keeps receipts. So I'm sure she got the money for the U-Haul. I can't wait to find out where she's going. Because if you were able to move all of your stuff without a U-Haul to get there, and you had to beg every day for gas money, dog food, your car payment, you couldn't have accumulated that much. And if you can't afford to move that lady's things, why is it TikTok's responsibility to move that lady's things for her? And where is she? The whole time you lived there, I never heard about a mother and her things. Oh, but her daughter left without her things, but I can't do that to her. Why not? Yeah, and Gatorade. And Gatorade, even after people told her that that could make her more dehydrated, and she chipped up that game, I cracked up to myself. Like, you don't give a kitty what these people say. You're like, oh, really? Okay, I have to keep that in mind, but I don't like the taste of water, so don't go get... You could get the Walmart version of a little packet that you could put in your water that don't even cost that much. Right. All the red flags. She has them all. And I'm sorry, she no longer looks like herself. This is not an edited picture in any way. She looks ghostly now. And she knows it because she said the other day, yeah, I used to have a tan. I used to have so much color. Yeah, you used to. You used to. You don't know more. And that's the whole reason why this whole heart thing has come back so strong. She's absolutely withering away. Oop. Well, there you get to see White Sox. Let's move on. And I'm not going to talk long about her because I'm still doing some research. But what I want to say is this. First, you were supposed to be out by Friday. Then you said out of the kindness of her heart, your landlord said, well, we won't be closed, so you can stay till Sunday. And then you come back on with a green screen because you were still home, because you were saying that you were just looking for Uber money to go to where you're going, that you already worked it out. Isn't it funny how quickly it got worked out? Isn't it funny how quickly it got worked out for her? That now all she needs is an Uber? But just several days before the meltdown that we all saw, she literally was asking for, I think it was either $1,300 or $2,000 for the rent. That she was asking for clearly after there was already court proceedings. And when that didn't happen quickly, why don't people, well, they weren't going to pay the rent. Because I was going to say, why she didn't come when they missed the first month? And then she's like, we just need the Uber. We're waiting for such and such to get off work. Hopefully they don't come before. It was like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Right. And then $600 for a room. Right. They were 3 months behind. Correct. Right. She was like, oh, I got my kids and she gave their ages. And somebody was like, how 8 people sitting in a hotel room with 2 beds? Oh, well, I don't have my oldest 2 there with their father. That's not what you told us when you needed the $600. You made it sound like 3 children were going to be living outside. Now, her baby doesn't deserve to be outside either. But do you see how they use little things like that to make people feel bad? And the fact that they're willing to use their children to get money out of people, what won't they do? What's too low? For a lot of them, there's no hard ground, concrete, brick that will stop them from going lower. Right, it's a miracle. Child, I just got to tell y'all this. He's not on the list. But Black Mamba is crashing out because somebody told him he could move in with them in South Carolina. He claims he bought the ticket. Where you get the money from other than begging? And got halfway there, and then she was like, yeah, I saw some videos, and I can't have you around my kids. And now he is crashing out. Yeah, he's going to erase his TikTok because he lost his main money maker. So he's going to crash out because he was like, I'm already halfway there. And now I'm going to take this bus and I'm going to be homeless. Stop telling people you're going to take them in. Please. And for anybody new, I always try to put their name in their ad. I don't ask you to believe me. I ask you to go check it out for yourself. Look for your own red flags. And again, for anybody new that's here, one of the reasons why... Oh, that's cute. I never saw that before. One of the reasons why I do that is... why I do 9 people is because I'm trying to show you the pattern. So that when you come across a Tim and Angela, your spidey senses go off. And you're like, wait a minute. I remember when Digital said such and such and such and such. And if you aren't familiar with the red flags, that is one of the things we're going to do on the Digital After Dark on June the 21st at 8 p.m. So anybody new that doesn't know the red flags, come for that. It's at 8 p.m. on purpose because I know I get up early. Word, her scamming buddy is Mr. Giggles. Oh, I never heard of Mr. Giggles. That I remember, but I'm going to write it down. I know, Bella. Oh, chill. Well, you enjoy it. I always say, pick real life over me. Pick real life over me every time. Enjoy your family reunion. Yes, they were scamming people a year ago. I saw old videos. That's why I said I'm still doing some research. Oh, you guys are sweet. Thank you, thank you. Now, I did these two last on purpose because we always know they want to come in here and be like, why are you talking about me? We're going to end early today, y'all, but it's okay. Well, we'll see. That's the intention. She's another one. Pull up, pull up, pull up. And the moment somebody pulls up, they drop them. And then they tell their audience, oh, they dropped their chicken shit, this, that, and the third. They did it to me. So now, every time, I'm sorry, I tapped the screen, but I was tapping with a pen. I'm sorry. You tell people to pull up. You did it to me. I pull up. I'm like, you asked for me? Yes. Get in the box. I get in the box. She goes off. And before I could say 2 words, she dropped me. I went back in under expose. Why'd you drop me? That's right. I dropped you. Blah, 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 blah. Because you didn't think I was coming back. You didn't think I was coming back. You are now. If somebody called the police 29 times in an hour to get them to come, that is crazy work for me. But I don't run anybody else's platform, so it's not my place to say. Do I think that might be a waste of people's time? Maybe, but it's whatever. But for you to tell them to pull up, people pull up, and then you drop them out the box? Ma'am, stop telling people to pull up, because you really don't want to hear what anybody has to say. You want the opportunity to curse them out, to go off, to say whatever it is you want to say, and then drop them out the box, because you did it to me. So I don't believe that. Oh, they dropped because they chicken shit. No. You don't want to hear what anybody has to say. You just want to curse them out. Now, if you come over here, you will not get a box because I've been warned, and I believe it to be so, that you come over here, you say the things you know that will get my account taken down because that's your goal. You just don't want anybody talking about you. And you're like, well, I battle now and blah, blah, blah. Listen, you're in school. Hopefully you will gain the knowledge you need to become self-sufficient. But now we're adding a third person into the tiniest trailer on the planet with all of those dogs. And guess what? Devin just went along with it. Now he says he has 2 wives. I bet you Beth don't let him touch that other woman with a 10-foot pole. Beth runs that house. Devin is like a lamp. He's an accessory. He's an accessory with the dogs. Absolutely, Granny Annie. She says things to get people banned. And then she goes back to her account and laughs. And then she's like, well, I have to do all of my ranting on this account because I don't want my other account taken. But if this account gets taken, we'll just go to Instagram. As if everybody doesn't know what your Instagram is. I don't know if she's there yet, but they are bringing up this other wife. I haven't seen her on camera yet, but I don't watch Beth and Devin as a course. If I run across them, fine. Yeah, she too old to be acting like that. Now, if people, I'm sorry, Deb. He's now do. I did him earlier. He's now doing NPC and battling. Yeah, another wife. And she's like, y'all are mad because I have another wife and I'm going to school and I'm battling and I'm not begging. And then she turned right around and begged. She literally turned right around and begged. I'm trying to, because I don't think I wrote it down. I didn't. Wait, did I? No, I didn't. I didn't write it down. But she turned right around and begged for something. Oh, I know. The devil's lettuce. She's like, I use the money in my cash app to such and so yes, I need the devil's lettuce. Is that not begging? Yeah, lung glitter. That's a new one, lung glitter. She turned right around and begged. Are you serious? I don't beg anymore. I just battle. But I did use my cash app to go to do, I was probably something for the dogs as usual. And she was like, and so yes, if anybody wants to give to my CA for the lung litter, I'd be happy to take it. Yeah, she's changed gardening supplies. She will. There will always be something. Now, y'all know how I feel about racists. I can't call anybody racist unless I've seen proof that they've been racist. So she says they're racist. I don't want to sit in a room with racists. Good morning, Trolla. I don't want to sit in a room with racists. Not at all. What was that? I'm about to date myself again. I mean, even though y'all know how old I am. But remember when the Reagans, Mrs. Reagan, put out the thing where it was like this really hot frying pan? And then they dropped the egg in it, and it was like, this is your brain on drugs. Don't do drugs. If y'all have never seen that, I am sure it is somewhere on YouTube. That was how they talk. That's like they were like, "This is your brain on drugs. Don't do drugs." Yeah, don't do drugs, guys. Tell your children. And you don't even have to use that commercial. You could just use pictures of people off TikTok. Remember when I showed y'all the meth library where it was people's mugshots across time? Yeah. Don't do drugs. Yeah, things were simple back then. I was even part of the DARE program, and I would go around the schools, and I felt so important. I ended up in the newspaper a couple of times behind that back in the day. It was such a simpler time. So that's my commentary for the day. Now let me look in my... Oh, wait, we're gone? I thought you wanted to come up. Oh, wait, here we go.
I'm here. I just had to drive to get my grandson.
Okay.
Um, First of all, I did not get that from your platform. Second of all, it was sent to me in a text and told that I could show it in a live that I was in. Third of all, I asked if there was anything that needed to be taken off of for me to show it. They said only the name that where it said regards. I did that. Okay. I posted it. Guardians of Valor followed me and looked at it and never said a word about taking it down or anything. Next, when I was told yesterday, I was told to take it down, that Guardians of Valor told me to take it down. So I was confused why he would like it and not say nothing. So, yes, I DM'd him and I asked him. And he said he never told anybody to tell me to take it down. Next, I asked him, I said, is there anything that I need to take off of that? And he said no. And I said, well, what about the email addresses? He said, yeah, you take that off and then we can, and I said, can I repost it? He said, yes. Next, if he had, and I told him, if you had problems with what I posted, why didn't you say something to me? He said he didn't have no problems with it. And he wouldn't ask for somebody to take down what they post if it's the truth. So that's why I went to him. I was never told that you asked for me to take it down. No, they didn't mention your name at all. So you could have come to me in a DM and told me that you request for me to take it down. But you never did. And I've got receipts for all this I just told you. I got the text, the picture in my text, and I've got the conversation about being told that Guardians of Valor told me to take it down. And he did not. That's why I went to him. And I've got proof of that conversation with him too. So what you was told was not the truth. And it was uncalled for you to call me out in this live when you could have come in the DMs and talked to me about it.
Did I say your name? Or did you reveal yourself?
I don't care that I revealed myself. I don't
I
care.
don't either. I'm just saying, you're like, I called you out. I called the situation out. I never said your name. I never said your name on purpose.
Well, everybody already figured it out because
Oh, okay.
they
Well,
checked my post.
you knew
So
that
they knew
wasn't,
who you was
excuse
talking
me, you
about.
knew that wasn't meant for you. You knew it. Everybody knows that that was meant for me.
So, and like I said, I've got receipts to show all of this. And I can send it to you. Your name was never brought up to ask to say that DD wants you to take it down. Never in any of that conversation. If I had been told that you wanted me to take it down, or if you had come to me for me to take it down, I would have took it down. But you was never your name spoken to any of that.
Very
Hang on one
clear.
second. I got to get my grandson in the car.
No problem. I know for a fact she was here for the conversation. I know for a fact that she knew that it was supposed to come to me. Now, of course, Guardians of Valor wants the truth out.
Okay. Now, I know for a fact I did not get it from your place. It was sent to me in a text message, and I can show you and prove to
Oh,
you it
I
was sent
know it was
to
sent to
me in a
you.
text.
It said, wait a minute. I know it was sent to you. It never should have been. I never got a chance to talk about it. It was supposed to only come to me. Oh, I know you guys sent it to you. It should have never gone to you. Never.
Well, then you don't need to take this out on me. You need to take it out on the person who sent it to
Oh,
me and didn't
believe
say a
me.
thing to me about taking it, about digital saying take it down, or that I shouldn't have showed it on that in that live I was in. But I was told it was okay to show it in that live.
Believe me. The person who sent it to you knows exactly how I feel about it. Because the problem is that when three or 400 people are in here and they hear that something is supposed to come to me directly and it goes to somebody else, and then they decide to show it without the proper redactions, I don't give two kitties. If you're going to show stuff, then Bree, you need to know how to redact it properly, right? Hold on.
I Before I posted it, I
But this
asked
is the point.
if there was anything I needed to
Okay, I
cover up
understand
on it.
that.
And they said, just cover up the name where it says
My
in
point is,
regard.
if you have to ask and you might not be getting the right information, that's part of the problem.
With the person that I talked to,
I
I
understand.
trusted.
God dang it.
Maybe we shouldn't be having this conversation in front of your grandchild. I would prefer not to.
Well, I said in the chat, Levi, I said in the chat that I would DM you. We could do this in DM, but you never responded
I didn't
or
see it.
anything. And I said it two or
I
three
didn't see it,
times.
honestly. I wasn't ignoring you. I didn't even see you come in. But my problem is with doing anything in DMs is that DMs can be twisted any way they want, right? I can, but hold on.
I wouldn't twist it. I'm sitting here
I
telling you the
understand.
facts
I
and the
understand.
truth.
What I'm saying though is that it was posted publicly. It was posted publicly. So why would I have a conversation in private?
Oh, this is too hard.
Well, I'm just telling you my side of it because it was obvious you didn't want to hear it when you brought it up. And I requested a box, and you said, we're not going to get this into this right now. You're not coming up
And
at
then I
all.
didn't I change it right after though? Okay. I
Yes, you
changed it right
did.
after because I said if you want to reveal yourself, you can have a box.
I don't care
I
about revealing
understand
myself.
that. But what
That
I'm
don't bother
saying
me
is,
one
I
bit.
never said your name. Now, if people figured it out, I can't control that. But I never said your name because it wasn't about bringing heat to you. It was about saying that if my platform was going to be disrespected, I wasn't going to tolerate
And
that.
you and I did not disrespect your platform. Not in any way. Because I was never told that you wanted me to take it down.
That's very interesting.
And I can show you the screenshots.
Sure, you can email them to me. Digitaldeceivershadow@gmail.com. All you got to remember is at gmail.com. Let me say this to y'all. Not a single thing that happens on this internet is hidden. I said that, right? I said that somebody with somebody has proof of something. Didn't I? And I made it explicitly clear that I wanted it down. Multiple times. Because I didn't want Guardians of Valor to feel like if he sent something that's for somebody and somebody else on my platform, that somebody else would get it automatically. I specifically said that.
And I said I did not get it off your platform.
No, understand something. Understand what I mean by that. Let me be clear. What I mean by that is everybody was in the live. He came into the box. I was gracious because as I described it, I was fangirling a little bit. Like I completely respect what he does. And so everybody heard him say that he was going to send information to me. I don't care about having it first or not. If it wasn't meant for me specifically, I wouldn't care. I don't give a kitty about who goes first. That's not my point. But everybody knows it was meant for me. I didn't even get it yet when you got it.
Okay, well, that's
Hold
not my
on.
fault
Hold
that
on.
somebody sent it to me
I
in a
understand.
text message. And
I've already acquiesced to that fact. That wasn't your fault. So when I say you got it from my platform, I don't mean that I posted it and you took it from here. Because if I post it, it is meant for people to have. Anytime I post anything and people are like, "Can I take a screenshot?" Take 10. If I posted it, that's what I meant it for. And understand something. I've made plenty of mistakes on here. Plenty. And I've had to come here. I got humbled in my own life for something that I had done in somebody else's. And I had to just say, I'm sorry. I didn't intend for that. I apologize. I then went to their life and apologized. So this isn't about making a mistake, okay? Everybody makes them. I'm not holding you or anybody else to the purity standard that I don't want to live by. But I'm like, damn. How does she already have the information up and I haven't even gotten it yet? And then on the same night, it's going up on somebody that barely anybody knows. It's up on their life. What the hell? And I don't even have it yet. I spoke to said person and I said, what the hell? How do they have it before I do? Now, there was a typographical error and all of that. We had that conversation. We moved past it. And then I find it on your page with unredactions that reveal a .gov email address. What the? And
I
again,
asked before
hold
I
on.
posted it
Wait
if
a
I
minute.
needed to redact anything, and they
Okay,
said
that's fine.
just
But do
the
you? But
name at the
wait, do you
email.
understand now that a .gov address is docketing some information not meant for the public?
Now I do, but
Okay,
like I
that's all I'm
said,
saying. You
I
now
wasn't.
do. I
I
can't
was
talk
not
about what's
told.
already okay.
I
I'm
was not.
I wasn't trying to argue about what was already done. I was literally speaking what I saw as it happened. I'm like, there's a like okay, so the name got redacted, but here we have an entire .gov address. And I'm telling you this in real time so that or I'm trying to get you to understand how the timeline went so that you understand my anger. I understand your position. I want you to understand where my anger came from.
And I want
And
you to know.
I didn't come to you because I knew where it came from. And I was holding them responsible for it, not you. But when I say take it down, and it goes down, and I'm like, okay, cool. And it comes right back up, that feels like disrespect. Like, well, I'll redact, but I don't give a shit about the fact that Digital wants it down. Because it was me that requested it.
I did not lie about, and I was not told that you said for me to take it down. I
Hold
was
on.
told.
Hold on. Guardians of Valor, would you like to come up? I didn't see his comments because the comments keep going on and off. So I haven't seen a single thing he said. Can everybody hold so that he can say whatever it is he would like to say?
I did
Oh,
not hide the truth from you, Guardians of Valor. I told you exactly what I was told in that text yesterday, and it was said, and I can send it to you if you give me an email address, and I will send you the conversation.
well,
So
guys,
I did not.
this is what
No, I
happened.
told you somebody had told me, and then you come back and you said that you found out who it was that told me because I wasn't going to out them and give their name out because I wasn't. I don't do that.
Okay. So again,
So I told you the full story.
I don't know anything about the conversation about between you two. Again, Guardians of Valor, I apologize.
I will
You're
I will send
Van,
you all the screenshots from the
Van
text
Free.
messages, and I will send you from what I talked about
Van
with
Free.
Guardians of Valor.
Van Free. Don't interrupt me, please. Because I'm trying to apologize to the Guardians of Valor and you want to make your point.
Amanda, I'm not around my grandchild. He's in the car, and
Sorry. If I'm talking, don't interrupt me. I don't know how many times I have to say it. Let me again apologize to the Guardians of Valor. There's a lot going on here behind the scenes. I apologize. It will never happen again. We'll talk about it, Valor. I will never allow it to happen again. Okay?
CJ released it to me, Guardians of Valor.
Now, what did that do, Vampry? What
He
did
asked
what did
he
that
asked who sent
But
it to
I
me.
had you on silence. And again, let me say this, y'all. It was CJ. No problem. But this is what I mean about Vampry. This is what I mean about Vampry. She is so stuck on making herself seem self important, making herself wanting to be at the top of the rung without going through the proper channels to understand how all of this shit works, that she would interrupt me a third time to make a point on my platform. So now you've just added another name to the mix that was unnecessary. Guardians of Valor knows who he sent it to. I already said I hadn't gotten it yet. So we can all put two and two together. Because we were all in here when CJ said, send it to me and I'll send it to her. Right? We were all here for that. It wasn't hard to figure that out.
And you sit there and say that I'm trying to make this whatever, and that I'm not that I'm trying to make myself look self important and all that. No, I'm not. And then you said that you wouldn't trust anything that I say, and I'm no longer welcome. Blah blah blah.
Okay, Vampry. So if
Until
we're
you,
okay, hold on. If we're gonna air it out, let's air it out. I found out about what I found out about. I went to the live. I saw what you did. Okay, cool. I go to CJ and I say, "What the fuck? I don't even have it yet." And he was like, "Well, I sent it to you." So there was a clerical error in the message. I never got it. And so now I'm watching information meant for me specifically, and you're bringing it up, right? So, okay, cool. We work it out. He apologizes. I should have never sent it. Everybody makes mistakes. And then I see it on your page. And first of all, when you first did it, it wasn't properly redacted. Okay? It wasn't properly redacted. But you did it, it's over with. We had our conversation. Fine. Then I see it on your page. Now I'm heated again. So I have another conversation with the person who I knew sent it to you, and I say, get it down now. Because it was never meant for her, for A. And for B, it's not properly redacted. I don't know that you're told that it was the Guardians of Valor. All I know is that I had a conversation with the person who sent it to you. And it wasn't fun for him. Believe me. I tell you all the time, when I'm nice, it's because I choose to be. I don't have to be. So I sit back, I see it come down. I'm like, okay, cool. Why would I talk to you if I see it come down? Because I'm assuming that my message is related. When I see it go back up, now I'm fuming. You think I didn't have another conversation with CJ? Of course I did. On the back of another message that it looks like you said my name. Now you said it meant to say did. Did doesn't make sense to me because there was nothing after Didi, but fine. That's what you want to say?
Like I said,
No
I never
problem.
finished that before I posted it.
But
It
then
was a
please.
mistake, and I did not go back and read it.
Okay,
Okay?
fine. I didn't say anything about that. But what I'm saying is those two things happened back to back. So when people read it, all this said was, and so Didi. It didn't say, and so did such and such. It said,
And
so
if you
Didi.
go back
Now,
and
your
look at it, I put an
explanation,
explanation on it
right, but you didn't have that explanation first.
because I didn't know it was done until somebody said something to me about it, and I went and I looked.
Vampire, I am not arguing that fact with you. I am arguing that I first see information meant for me, and then I see a message that says Didi in
Okay?
it, right?
See,
And then wait a minute, in your explanation, you never apologize and say this wasn't, I didn't mean it to be Dee Dee, and I'm sorry if you took it that way. You went on a rant about other people as if those people were the people to show it to me. I follow you.
it wasn't a rant. I was just giving you my side of the story because it was obvious you didn't have my side of the story.
But you DM me.
Just like it's
Wait a minute.
obvious.
You DM'd me your side of the story in the
Yes, ma'am, I
post.
did.
In the post, it's not like there's an apology to me, right? And I don't even expect that. But in the post, you were like explaining yourself, and then you went on a rant because it was the with the understanding that some people who don't like you are who showed it to me. That's not how it went. You blame them for making it about me. That's what you did in your rant. They aren't the ones who showed me. I followed you. I thought we were good. So I see the thing
Okay, well,
about the Guardians of Valor, and then I see
give
the
me back.
message that has my name at the end of it, and you know what? You know what? I said what I said. I'm not going to go back any forth anymore. That isn't what my account is made for. I said what I said. I
You
was
don't to
upset
hear my
about
side
it.
of the story. I'm trying. I'm trying to give you my side of the story.
Vampire, Vampire.
That I
I've
have
already
screenshots of what I said and done.
I have already said that I heard your
I
side of the
send them to
story.
you.
Okay, Vampire, if you interrupt me again, I'm just going to drop you. I'm just going to drop you because I don't need to go back and forth with you about information I have already said I understand. I've already said I knew who sent it to you. I knew it was sent to you without your request. But what I didn't know was that my conversation wasn't relayed to you. So I'm trying to get you to understand that the seat I sit in, you're saying, why didn't I come to you? Because I didn't think I needed to come to you. I thought that my message, my conversation with CJ was being relayed to you. So I feel disrespected by what you did. My issue wasn't that you got it. My issue was that I thought that you were being told what I said. So I felt disrespected by it being put by the post being put up there. But you got to also understand when part 2 was there with part 1, it looked crazy. And then what you said was this wasn't about Dee Dee. This was about, I meant to say such and such. And then you went on a rant about people making it about me to make you look bad to me. That's not how it went down. Eyes are everywhere. I follow you. I don't need anybody to send me anything about you to make you look bad. But the Guardians of Valor thing had happened in a live. So now my eyes are on you. Like, what is going on? Why is something for me coming up for her? And you can't tell me you weren't here and you didn't know that it was meant for me. You knew it was meant for me. You got it. So, okay. There's some discernment necessary. And I know you do your research and you share things with people. But did you or did you not, in a live yesterday, in Becky's live, tell someone to go look at your burner to find the information? Yes or no?
Yes, I did.
Why your burner and not your actual account?
Because my actual account is private.
Hmm. So you use your burner to give proper information?
I changed my account to private because I had some people coming after me, some scammers coming after me.
Okay. Well, Vampry, I hope you understand why I stand where I stand in terms of why I was angry and why I said what I said, because it was my understanding that you were getting my message and you were choosing to ignore me, which felt like disrespect. So, no, I wasn't going to come to you because I was of the understanding that my message was relayed clear because I made it explicitly clear.
Can I speak now?
Absolutely.
Okay. And I was not told that you wanted me to take it down. I was told that Guardians of Valor told them to tell me
Okay.
take it down.
Okay.
And I have that message and I will send it to you in your email.
Okay.
And and like I said, I didn't know. I asked before I posted it, is there any information I need to take off of it? And I can prove that to you too. And they said just the name. So I posted it and it has been up there for a while. And nobody said anything about it till yesterday. And I even went to the Guardians of Valor and I can send you the messages to him about it.
But it didn't come to you from him.
It was sent to me in a text message. I'm trying to tell you.
Did it come to
And
you
I can
from
prove
wait, did
that
it come to you from the Guardians of Valor?
it came to me. I'm not going
You've
to, from
already said
CJ.
it. So say
Okay, it
it.
came to me from CJ.
Okay.
And he said that he said, I'm going to send this to you and you can show it in that live. And that's what I did.
Okay. Did he say post it?
And we talked about me posting it. And I can send you that too.
Okay. Anything else?
And I'm not lying. I'm speaking facts.
Okay.
And then so I think the world of you and I love your lives. And I didn't come in here to start no drama. I wanted to clear it up and let you know that I can send you my conversations from both to CJ and to Guardians of Valor. I didn't lie about anything.
Okay.
And I was never told that you said to take it down.
Okay.
And I'm sorry that it got to this, but I have a right to defend myself.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And I can show you all the proof. And I will, well, as soon as I get home and get my grandkids settled, I will send you that proof.
Okay.
But I wouldn't say or do anything against you, Digital.
Okay.
And I don't feel like I did anything against you when it was sent to me and told me I could show it. And like I said, even Guardian of Valor looked at it, he hearted that post and never said a word about taking it down or redacting anything
Because
on
the
it.
problem wasn't with him. The problem was with me.
And I had asked before I posted it, what do I need to cover up on it?
Hmm.
And they said just the name. They
Hmm.
didn't say anything else about any other thing. And they even said, let me look at it.
Okay.
So it shouldn't be all on me. It should be on that person too.
Oh, believe me, that person got it. Don't worry. The person got it. They will attest. Because for me, it's about my reputation. And it's not even about, it's about the live's reputation. It's about the mods. It's about the supporters. It's about everybody here. It's about the people who don't like me, who would love to use this shit. It's about having the reputation that I don't lie, that I keep it a buck, that I protect those who do confide in me, that people can trust, that if they say they're doing something, that it won't end up everywhere. That people will take care of what it is that they have given. That's why it bothered me. Because I didn't want Guardians of Valor to think, damn, I give it to her and it ends up everywhere. So I hope you understand where my problem lies. It didn't lie with the fact that you did it first. It didn't lie with the fact that you even got it. Right? If I was that upset, I would have said to you, delete it from your phone. That wasn't my problem. My problem was that it was meant for me. The world heard that it was meant for me because it was on the live. And you got it and you shouldn't have. And then I felt continuously disrespected by the fact that it kept going up. And the second thing didn't help it. Let's just put it that way. It just didn't help it.
Also, I was not told till yesterday to
Okay.
take it down. And it's been up all this time. And I had never heard any problems about it till yesterday.
Okay.
And I can send you those screenshots of that too.
Okay.
So I don't know why I'm taking all this heat when I didn't know.
Vampry.
Let me finish.
No, because all you're
Okay.
doing is repeating yourself. I already said the person who did it got it from me. It wasn't just you. And I didn't say anything publicly because I thought it was being handled privately. I thought
I,
it was being handled privately, so I didn't say anything publicly. I didn't say your name. I didn't say the burner that it was on that everybody could see. I didn't out you. I was handling it because I wanted Guardians of Valor to know that that wasn't my intention and I had nothing to do with it. I didn't out you. I didn't out your burner. You decided to come up here and make it public.
yes, ma'am, I did because I felt like you didn't know my side of the story.
Okay, so we're here now.
And I have told you my side of the story, and I still feel like you don't believe me.
I didn't say I don't believe you, but you
I
gotta.
didn't.
Well, hold
I
on.
didn't.
You
I
gotta
didn't
send me the
say.
proof, right?
I didn't say that I said I feel like.
Okay. Well, you gotta send me the proof, right?
And then for you to say that I'm no longer welcome here, and
Yeah,
that
you
I'm no
damn
longer
right I said that. You damn
because
right. Why wouldn't I say that?
And I'm, like I said, I'm just trying to tell you my side, and I will send you the proof. And I mean, you saying I'm no longer welcome here and all that. You didn't have to say that. You could have just
Van
come to
Pre,
me,
Van Pre.
and I would have told you what I'm telling you
Nancy,
now.
okay, I need you to stop talking and I need you to honestly listen, right? Because sometimes when we are preparing to say what we want to say, we're not actually listening to the person. I've listened to every single word you said. I even let you just go on and repeat yourself because I didn't want you to think that I wasn't listening. I listened to every single thing you said. And for some reason, you're not
And
listening to
I'm
what
not.
I said.
People in the comments are saying I'm playing victim. I'm not playing victim. I'm
Van
speaking
Pre,
my truth.
Van Pre. Are you having a conversation with me or the comments? Because again, you've interrupted me again.
Okay,
Again.
I'm
And
sorry.
you
Go
know
ahead.
what? When people interrupt you, it's like they don't want what you have to say. They don't want to hear it. I said to you that what I said this morning, I didn't out you, I didn't out you, I didn't out your burner, I didn't out who did it. I said it because I wanted to apologize to the Guardians of Valor because I didn't want to think him to think that my platform was compromised. It is why I didn't say anybody's name. That's first. Second, I said you weren't welcome here because I felt disrespected. I thought I was told, I directed that you be told that it was me and that I wanted to take it down because I felt disrespected. So, sitting in the seat I was sitting in when I said you weren't welcome here was because I felt disrespected. You act like I said you weren't welcome here after we had the conversation. So I said to you, I wasn't going to bring you up because A, I wasn't here for the drama, and B, I never said your name. But then I said, you know what? If you want to out yourself, be my guest. You want to come up here and say what you want to say? Be my guest. And I said, you got to wait until I finish my commentary, and then you would be welcome and I would let you say what you had to say. So, since you have said what you had to say, you have said it was sent to you in a text message, you said that you were told it was okay to pull it up in that live, then you said that you were told that it could be posted. Then you said you were told about the redaction. Then you said you reached out to the Guardians of Valor after you were told it was the Guardians of Valor that wanted you to take it down. Then you said that you reached out to the Guardians of Valor and he said it was okay and even liked the live, so you left it up. I heard everything you said. You said you were going to show the proof. I'm waiting for the proof. But my anger remains the same because I feel disrespected. Now, where that lands on the totem pole is left for me to decide. But I feel disrespected because information meant for me went to you when it shouldn't have been. Where that falls on the line, whether you were told to take it down by me or not, will decide where my anger lies. But if I feel disrespected over and over and over again, yes, I'm going to say you're not welcome. But I didn't say it after you told your story. So that might be why people feel like you're trying to play victim because you said it like I said it before you told your side. If I didn't want to hear what you had to say, you wouldn't be up here. You wouldn't be up here at all. I don't have to let anybody in the box if I don't want to. I could have dropped you after you said one or two or three words.
And I said, I'm gonna apologize. I did not know that you were the one who wanted me to take it down.
Okay, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
And I apologize for that. And I did not mean to disrespect you, but I didn't know that you were saying all this.
Okay, I get it.
I did not know. And I'm sorry. that I disrespected you because, like I said, I think the world of you and I love your lives, but and I'm sorry. And I will send you all that in your email. Is it Digital Deceivers
Shadow.
Shadow?
Two S's.
Two S's, okay? Okay, and as soon as I get home and get my grandkids settled, I will send you all that information.
No problem. I'm going to give you some advice. Stand on your own too, right? Don't be so fast. Don't take anybody else's word for anything. Don't assume that people giving you information is even the correct information. Double check, because some people are eager. Some people are eager to get stuff out and they don't take the time to make sure it's accurate. And then it will fall on you because it's your platform.
And like I said, I feel that we could have discussed this in a DM.
Okay, Vampire. Okay, thank you.
Okay.
I'm going to
But
let you
I
go
will I
now.
will send you
Okay.
that information when I get home.
Like, come on. Come on. I literally repeated everything she said to her so that she would know she was heard, right? She apologized. I said, thank you. I said, send the proof. I'll decide where the disrespect lands. What? What? What are we doing? And then I just gave her some advice moving forward. I wasn't angry when I said it. I was calm. I was act like, here's some advice. Thank you, CJ. I don't like that. I don't like that. Of course CJ is here. Why wouldn't he be here? Where was he supposed to go run to? Again, CJ and I spoke multiple times. He doesn't have to go anywhere. He isn't required to leave. Fly High, you're gonna have to give me a minute. Sorry. Absolutely. People 100% make mistakes. Absolutely. I made it clear that I tried to deal with it privately. Thank you. I tried to deal with it privately because what is my point? My entire thing, of course, Guardians of Valor, my entire thing was about apologizing to the Guardians of Valor because I didn't want him to think that that's how we rolled. Right? That's it. But y'all know I don't go off unless there's a reason to. Tell the truth. That, well, see, you got to understand something. Let me just give y'all a little bit of history. because y'all need to understand it all to understand my frustration. So I did a digital after dark last month, I think it was. Hold on, let me change the background because it's getting on my nerves. I can't see what y'all want to say, and y'all can't see what y'all want to say. So let me just change the background real quick. No, I'm not going to change it to that. Okay, there we go. Y'all can see each other. So I did a digital after dark, and Rampry had talked to CJ and sent him proof that T for Teresa was modding for Wesley. And she came in the box and called T for Teresa out. And T for Teresa sounded completely shocked, completely taken back. And she acted like she didn't even know. She didn't know how to mod. She didn't know she could unmod herself. And I said, they were like, we have proof. She's like, we have proof. I sent it to CJ. CJ said, I'm going to send it to you. I got it. Cool. Well, Fallon felt some type of way because they said it without proof. They couldn't produce it. Now, it was a video. There was no way to produce it in my live. But she felt some type of way because she felt like this older, sickly woman got attacked and there wasn't any proof anywhere available. So she came in and she said that. And I was like, you're right. I shouldn't allow it in my life. That's the only thing I control. I shouldn't have allowed it in my life without proof. But I had said we'll talk about it on Monday after I get the proof. So Sunday night during the sub only half hour, T for Teresa subscribed to my live so that she could tell me she wouldn't be there on Monday. And I felt bad. Like, why did she feel like this is gonna be the end of the world that she had to do that? But I was like, don't worry, we won't bring it up on Monday. We'll do it Wednesday, whenever you could come. And then I saw the proof. And the proof was Wesley saying he was going to mod her. I didn't see where she acknowledged it. I didn't see where she was like, oh yeah. I didn't see where she started muting and blocking people. That was the only proof I got. Suspicious, but not enough for me to blast her. And I don't even do that part of TikTok anyway. That is Fallon's thing, right? And I've watched Fallon make videos and then call people out. I've seen the repetitive proof. So yes, when she says it, I'm like, oh, okay. So I didn't even bring it up again. I never said anything about it. I didn't bring it up. I went on with regular scheduled programming. I'm not the call out queen. That's not what I do. So then the thing with Guardians of Valor happens. And then I was asked to be in a live because there was going to be a call out of T for Teresa. And I let the call out happen. And then I listened to Teresa, and some of it didn't start making sense. And I was like, wait a minute. You just said that you modded for somebody that had thousands of followers in their lives, and it was too much for you to handle. So you didn't mod anymore. But you made it sound like, to me, like you didn't have a clue what modding was. She tried to say, I don't know the difference between subs and mods. How? How? She was running all over herself. So she got called out. Well, Branfrey took offense because Vanpree felt like Fallon. Oh, I missed the part. Fallon came in the live on Monday and went off because she felt like this old lady needed to spend her hard-earned money to come and tell me because she didn't want to get ripped apart on Monday. I again apologized and was like, I didn't mean for any of that to happen, right? Now, Fallon is calling out my page because she doesn't want to see it go down because people get two words and jump, right? That's not even what my platform is about. But I don't like people to play both sides. So it is what it is. When it happens, it happens. But again, that's not my thing. But okay, cool. So when they called Tifa Teresa out, Vampire got offended. Like, oh, so when I call her out, it's not a thing, but you can call her out. That's how it reads to me. I'm not going to assume that that's what she was thinking, but that's how it read to me, right? So then Vampire posts a message. We don't know who it was to, who it was from. She left that off. But she types a message railing against them because she feels a way because she got called out by Fallon for calling somebody out without any proof. And then Fallon called out said person. And at the end of the message, it says, I have the proof, and so Dee Dee. And it seemed like the sentence was, so does Dee Dee, right? Because it says Dee Dee, period. So now she came back to say it wasn't me. It wasn't a completed sentence. It was supposed to say, so did somebody else. But the period was after Dee Dee sending the message that I had the proof too, and I just didn't say anything. So I'm like, why am I getting caught in a battle between you and other people? This is before she sends the message. So she sends me a message and tells me it wasn't meant for that. And then she goes on a tirade about the fact that she feels like they are attacking her. Again, I had nothing to do with that. Just why is Dee Dee there? As if I had some proof and I let you get railed on about it. The proof I had wasn't enough for me. I'm not going to say it's not enough for other people. It just wasn't enough for me to rail on Teresa. Now, I didn't go back and start researching Teresa. I don't know if Vampire did or not. But when Fallon then brought the proof, it wasn't one person, it was several. And they had the physical proof of it all. And then Teresa started saying things and taking them back, and stuff started to not make sense. And when I said to her, "Wait a minute, you just said you modded for somebody, and now you're trying to pretend like you don't know what modding is and all of that," I was done at that point. I was done at that point because you played dumb in my life, making everybody feel bad for you. Fallon fought for you because she thought you were being mistreated, and that's the thanks everybody got. So it is that backdrop and the Guardians of Valor email that happened at once. So it was that Lord take the wheel. I don't get involved in TikTok beefs between awareness and awareness. Can we just stick with the scammers? I don't believe in that. It is messy. I don't believe in it. But if you're gonna add my name to something, and who else is called Dee Dee within these circles? Of course I'm gonna think you're talking about me. But you said you weren't? Okay. Why I needed the tirade too? Okay. But you reposted it with your explanation? Okay. Leave me out of it. Leave me out of it. So that's that's how we got here. So then the Guardians of Valor post plus that sent me over the edge. That's so that you can understand the entire thing of what's going on. I don't care who doesn't like who. I wanted my platform to be that everybody from every other platform could come here, feel safe, feel secure, get information, share information. I don't care about beefs. I don't care who sits with who. I don't care who listens to who. Don't bring it here. Don't bring it here. This isn't the platform for it. Right. I want it to be over. I want it to be over. I want everybody to get back to regular scheduled programming. People's feelings get hurt, and hurt people. Plain and simple. I want everybody to let it go. But it's not my. I'm 2 hours behind you. I set my alarm at 4:30. Thank you, Missy Muffy. I appreciate it. I want everybody to let it go. I know there's people who don't like me, but when they have good information, you think I don't repost it? I sure do. I sure do. Because that's what's important to me. I know that they can see that I've seen their page. I'm only looking for the information. No disturb one, because I'm going to end it after this. We've already gone over time. No, and you know, it's no disrespect, but today has been enough. I do stand on business. Do I make mistakes? Yes. Will I come here and apologize? Yes. And I was just saying to somebody the other day that I kind of told y'all a little bit. And I'll say the names. When Tracy used to be Kiki's mod, when she defected, I wanted her more than ever because she was in what I would call black spaces on TikTok. Because there are black women on here that are calling attention. Y'all just don't maybe not know them. I know some of you do because I see y'all in there. But there are entire platforms calling out black scammers, right? And that's where Tracy lied. And I wanted her to come because I had brought attention to Kiki. I know some of you followed her, and I wanted Tracy here. And I would go, if I saw her in a live, I would be like, Tracy, when are you coming in my live? She was taking offense. I didn't know. And then one day I just got blocked. And I was like, what did I do? And some of y'all might have been here. Somebody from over there came over here and said, she feels pressured. Like, why do you do that? And the host feels like, why are you making it about your platform? And I was like, oh, that wasn't my intention. I apologize. I hear exactly what you're saying. I didn't think about it that way. I'm sorry. That wasn't held privately. That was in the middle of my life. I wasn't like, why didn't you send me a DM? I DM'd you. I made a mistake. And I did it publicly. So I didn't just apologize in my live. I went back to the host live. I apologized to them publicly. I apologized to Tracy publicly. And I sent her a message. And guess what? The other thing I did? I told her, I will never ask you again. If my platform isn't where you're comfortable, I'll never ask you again. And I never have. I see your places. Hey girl. Hey girl. Hey girl. How you doing? That's it. It's not that I don't make mistakes. Y'all, I said the other day, who gets paid on a Tuesday? And somebody was in here, my husband gets paid on a Tuesday. And I was like, bloop, bloop. Okay. Okay. I never heard of it. And then guess what? Mr. Didi got a check on a Tuesday. I was like, God, thanks. Of course you got a check on a Tuesday. It wasn't his regular paycheck, but he got a check on a Tuesday. And I was like, well, there we go. It's not about being perfect and pure. Look, Fallon came in here and was like, we're not doing this on this platform. I wasn't like, Fallon, what you doing here? Calling me out. I make mistakes. All of us do. We're imperfect. We were born that way. And the older we get, the more imperfect we get. You get paid on a Tuesday or a Thursday. Listen. Let me just say, I appreciate you guys. I want to do the best I can. I want to be trusted. I want that if I say something, I stand on it. If I'm wrong, I will apologize for it and try do my best to correct the record. And I want y'all to know that if you send something for me through any of my mods, that you have faith that it's going to come to me and only me until I feel comfortable releasing it. If you're unsure about something and you have sent me a message and I don't get back to you, go to a mod. They'll get to me faster than anything else. I have hundreds of messages, and half of them are I shouldn't say half, but a number of them are agencies. Do you know how long it takes me to get through them? Because I got agencies every 5 minutes asking me to join their agency. It takes a lot of time. But I think I have a solution, but I'm working on it. I have to watch and prepare for 9 hours a week on average. Let's say six on average because lately it's been six. And then a night show, and have a man, and have cats, and have a home, and give myself self care, and watch TV and movies and the news. It's a lot. It's a lot. So I do my best, and that's all I can give you. I don't know how to block the agencies because when I block one more comes back, or they come back from a different account. I don't know how. So again, I appreciate you all. This will not become a drama channel, although I'm sure the people recording me loved it. Yes, and please thank my mods because they put up with a lot, and me, and the drama, and try to keep me informed, and all of it. Oh no! The lights just went off in my area. Not mine, but I just saw, like, that neighborhood app where they'll tell you things, and they're like, the lights just went off because they went off on me the other day. Oh, thank you. Thank you. He is my cutie pie. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. That does make me smile. He is my cutie pie. But don't let his kindness and his smile fool you. He will take your head off. Nothing. I mean, I watched her and she's still begging, but I don't want to talk about her today. So I appreciate you all. Thank you again. I appreciate those who get up with me at 6:30, 5:30, 4:30, 3:30. I don't know if, well, I do know somebody that gets up at 3:30, but thank you, thank you, thank you. I will always do my best. And, hug your loved ones because tomorrow isn't promised. Give yourself self care every day because without it, whew, yeah. Oh, you get up at 3:30 too. Thank you, Jody. Well, hopefully I get your day. Yes, tell the truth. I love you too. Thank you, thank you. Everybody have a fantastic weekend. We will be live Monday morning. It will be regular scheduled programming. Thank you. Have a great weekend. I'm out.